There we are. Got you now. Oh boy. Hard to believe it's 26 days. Joshua, how we doing, buddy? Anthony still awake? Hunting and stuff? Not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. Uh, we had a lot to figure out. Um, I'm guilty of some bribery right now of trying to bribe my Skinner for 1 week to come help me. So um, potentially might be working. Might be working. So we'll see. Joshua, it's going, buddy. It's going. Just trying to figure out a plan. Kenneth, how we doing? Oh, Grant, that's sneaking right up, buddy. I'll tell you what, Grant. I believe this is the Grant that I met at the ITA. Am I correct? Young man running around with Mert and Mickey. Anthony, I won't touch him. Nothing against. I mean, they work great. They dry, but I want everything uniform. I don't want everything various sizes and widths. I want everything the exact same if I'm using it. Trapper Bob, how we doing, sir? Yeah, Leon makes a good adjustable, but I just don't like him. But Grant, yeah, buddy. What's your plan this year, man? It's pretty fun seeing you so pumped up. By the way, I'm looking forward that that shelf that I bought for you at the auction. I want to see you using that, buddy. I've wanted a Freedom brand shelf like that for a long time. So, but I knew someone like you could definitely use it more. So, I want to see you using it. I want to see you using it. And what's your plans? I'm curious. You have any goals? Your plans? Are you gonna be running around with Mert and Mickey? What? Talk to me. What's going on, buddy? Although you should be in bed. You should definitely be in bed right now. Right now, tomorrow, I'm sorting through all my dog proofs, putting them in three categories: ones that are clean and ready to roll, ones that are clean and need dyed, and ones that need soaked and washed and then dyed. Uh, and then hopefully within a week we get everything dyed, and then it's scout like crazy. So, Don, how we doing? Really, Anthony? I thought you guys got a lot more rain than that out there. Like a lot more rain. Ace, yeah, you should all be in bed. It amazes me how many people are night people like I am. Or they work nights, so they have an excuse at least. I'm just special, so I can't sleep at night. I actually slept pretty good today. This is the first time I got some real sleep. Hunting and stuff, they take dye better. You don't have to rust them up. It's not like pitted nasty rust, but you want that light coating of rust because the dye clings to it better. That's the main thing. Which I've got a few of them that I've had for probably 10, 12 years now. They've got a little bit of rust to them, and the coons shine them up every year. They always clean them up, but then sitting around they get a little surface rust to them. So upset bull, I appreciate it, buddy. I'll tell you what, I'm working on bribing my Skinner. I think I might be able to have him for 1 week. Uh, he actually put in for time off yesterday. He's waiting on approval for it. So I wish the fur market was better because he's worth his weight in gold, and I just pay him what he's worth. But It's tough. Yeah, Anthony. Um, I know my brother-in-law lived out on that coast in Portland, Oregon, and it seemed my wife said they rains almost every day. So hunting and stuff right now, new traps, yes, you want new traps. Like the 220s that I bought, they're sitting outside as well as the Duke 550s I got at convention. Everything's sitting outside right now. I should really, take the grease off and then soak them in some either vinegar or some Dawn soap and really break that oil down. But I'm pretty lazy right now. I've got too much other stuff going on, so they're just sitting outside. They'll get a slight surface rust. I'll get them dyed here in a week, and we're ready to roll. So, okay, maybe that's what it is then, Anthony. I didn't know how close you were to it. Yeah, Ace, we got hit hard, buddy. First time, it's weird. We go almost all summer with nothing, and then I want to say we are probably close to 3 inches of rain across like 4 days, maybe. It really came down. Really came down. Upset Bowl, Beaver Market's going to be solid for the most part to start with. I do see it weakening by spring. If you are catching any beaver, I would sell them almost immediately. I do not, this is my opinion, and don't shoot the messenger if I'm wrong, but any beaver you get, I would not hold them until spring when everybody's out there trapping them. I would move them quick and early, but that's my opinion. Uh, I know it's going to weaken. Tomorrow, one of my major fur buyers, I'm actually have a conversation with on the phone. Hopefully, I've been trying to for a couple weeks, and he says he's free for about a couple hours tomorrow. So hopefully, we're going to figure out how bad that's going to be. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with the coon. Oh, cool! Upset bowl. That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what. Don't be opposed to using castor mounds early in fall. Even they're not as great as they would be versus spring, but castor mounds you'll still catch beaver in the fall. I've done it several times. Oh wow, Anthony, that's a lot. 80 inches is a lot. Oh, I bet, Patrick. I bet. Hey, Jason, how we doing, bud? Get all geared up for season now after the Nebraska. I almost messed up real bad here. I came on here, tried to go live, and uh, they tried to make me verify everything, like starting over. And I'm like, why do I have to verify and get approval? I'm like, oh, I'm still in the Iowa Trappers Association YouTube channel. That would have been bad. A couple days ago, I almost downloaded a video to my channel that was supposed to go to the Iowa Trapper Association. So I got to make sure I keep that cleaned up. I don't even know what we get hunting stuff. It can't be good. No, Patrick, that's kind of the plan. This next few days. Tomorrow's my big sorting of the dog proofs. It's like running of the bulls, only different. Uh, Everything gets broken up into three categories: good, ready to roll, ones that need dyed, and then one that needs washed and then dyed. So plenty of work to do, especially going across. I think 500 and some five. Is it 518, 517, whatever I've got now. That's a lot, Anthony. That is a lot. Upset bowl. I would not say it is better what type of trap you use in the fall. Caster will not be as effective in the fall, but if you're using like a crossover set with a 330, they're going to be just as effective fall versus spring. Uh, if you're using where they're coming out of the water to chew up on trees. Probably just as effective, maybe even more effective in the fall than the spring, setting up on those slides. Um, honestly though, if you caught them on footholds with castor last spring and you're comfortable with it, I would be setting the same locations with castor again. But don't be afraid to set those snares going up their slides to cornfields or to timber. You'll connect on them pretty good too. Patrick, I'm gonna have to get some probably. Tony, what's up, my man? Don't tread on me. Good evening, sir. Yeah, Anthony. Around here, it can be. A good blind set is good. But if you know, you can do a good blind set on a trail. Yeah, it's pretty productive. But we still have a lot of good luck with castor in the fall. I mean, I think when I took the boys out trapping a couple years ago, we caught several beaver in the fall. Which I talked to Braden's mom. He wants to ride along with me again this year. So gonna try to plan out a time he can ride with me on a bigger day. Right, Don, and that's something I've done that a few times, but by no means good at it. I've probably caught 5 to 10 beaver in my life on dry ground, but they're all on snares. So Tony's baiting coyotes already. Right, Patrick, exactly. Uh, I'm thinking versus sets from spring to fall. Really, whatever you'd set in either one of them works great the next year. Or, the different season. The exception would be, in my opinion, the castor mound is slightly less effective in fall than it is spring, but it's still good to have it. Upset bull. Uh, I don't know about that. There's a lot more exciting things than that. I promise you. Yeah, Anthony, I get it. I get it. Depends on how we're doing it. I do know if Iowa had half submerged 330 law, that would be kind of Iowa's cat's meow, is they'd set um, caster mounds with 330s half submerged. For me, I don't know anything about that type of trapping, so that is very unfamiliar with me. If I'm using 330s, it's either in a severe pinch point in the creek in a blind set, it's on a bottom of a crossover on the dam, or it's in the den entrance. That's the only real body grip um, knowledge that I have. Upset bull. I get it. Grant, what'd you say before that? Oh, I see you say that you got the shelf going up in the skinning shed, and you'll send me a picture. Good. I look forward to that. What did you say before that? If you said also shelf is going up, I must have missed that one. Right, exactly, Patrick. More of a food-based lure, in my opinion. Ah, cool, Tony. That's awesome, buddy. Right, Anthony. Don't tread on me. It can be. It's really good on bobcat. I've got a couple of bobcat and footholds. Matter of fact, I think two of the I it's less than 10. I know that I've got bobcats and footholds. Uh, well, actually, no, down south I did pretty good. Here in my county, I've probably caught 6 or 7 cats in footholds, and two of them I know were just in beaver caster for lure. Uh, because I was actually beaver trapping on the creek where I share. The boys went with me. The private ground I took the kids with, and all I had on me was beaver lure. I forgot all my other stuff, so um, it works really good for cats. Yeah, hunting stuff. Yeah, that poor thing's not gonna live through the year, buddy. I bet, Tony. I bet you do. Yeah, I get it, Anthony. For me, it's I want to get in there, get the cream of the crop, and get out. Uh, fall's obviously a little different, but I think when I took those kids on that private ground, like I was just saying, I had out. I think I only had the one TS-85 on a drowning rod in the fall, and I think I caught 3 beaver in 4 days on it. So, and then we got out of there. Right, Patrick. Exactly. Uh, Beaver caster, skunk essence, anything gland related to anything that could be food, I think is kind of the general, opinion on that. Yeah, upset bowl. It'll probably work pretty well. I that's one thing I don't have a lot of predator baits and lures because I don't do a whole lot of that stuff, but they're all attracted to skunk. Blakely's, what's up, buddy? Yeah, yeah, hunting stuff. It generally doesn't. Oh yeah, Anthony. No, everyone has a different method, man. Everybody's got an idea or something that works for them, and we're all different. We're all made different, buddy. Ty, how we doing, bud? I got concrete in my eye earlier, and it's been killing me. Anthony, actually, I used to do pretty good with those footholds blind setting these slides. I've done pretty good with that in the past too. Same thing with snares on them also. Upset bull. So this is kind of an ADC thing, animal damage control thing, but those oil sacks can actually be used really, really well for drawing them in. Uh, Caster works really, really well, obviously. But if you start getting trap shy beaver with caster, switch to those oil sacks. And even if you were to distinguish like what if you catch like a big female or a juvenile beaver, if you could keep those separate, that would be kind of the cat's meow. Uh, I know several people that use beaver specific oil sacks to catch the rest of the colony. Oh, you're good, Grant. No problem, buddy. No problem, bud. Uh-oh, Blakely. Hope everything's going all right for you, sir. Barbarian, welcome in, buddy. That's your goal, Grant. You want a coyote and 3 beaver. With those boys helping you out over there in that part of Iowa, you'll do just fine. The two guys that are helping you get going, uh, for my age group especially, they're some of the top coyote trappers that I know. So, really good people. You're not going to go wrong riding around with them. Yeah, Patrick, I can see that. Yeah, I hear you, Blakely's. Tony, I feel bad I didn't get to talk to him at Nebraska. I seen him there, but every time I saw him, I was headed somewhere or I needed to talk to somebody about something coming up. Uh, just seems like I never really got a chance to sit down and talk with him much. It was kind of it was kind of frustrating. And I was only there for about 24 hours overall. Most of the events happened in the evening. I got uh, to hang out with a couple of people in the chat that it was fun. I had a good time. Okay, Grant. Awesome, buddy. To and from school. Uh, who's driving you? I think you're too young to drive yet. So, what's your plans with that? Do you have a route lined up going to school? What? Talk to me, buddy. What are you working on here? I love seeing you so excited about trapping, man. I was probably about your age when I first really got fired up with trapping. So yeah, Tony, it just sucks. I feel really bad too. The guy that made me who I was, uh, a different John. Uh, I was hoping to really spend some quality time with him and his family at the ITA, and it's been a while since we caught up, and especially in that kids program, I got thrown into the middle of that. 12 hours of notice to come up with a plan for a kids event that next day, and I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and it was frustrating. It really was. Uh, I feel bad because I probably saw him a total of 45 minutes, and that was over 10 different times. Seems like every time I got a chance to go say hi and talk to him a little bit, I had to go somewhere else, and just frustrating. Ah, school permit. Okay, Grant. So you got to be really stick to your route, and you have a plan. So whatever route you're given, really search that out, buddy, and see what you can come up with. The coyote might be a little harder unless you're snaring in the road ditches. Maybe the beaver too, but do you have any goals for coon or anything, Grant? What are you thinking? Oh, the Oklahoma's in a couple weeks. Okay, Blakely, I didn't know that. I know Illinois is this weekend, I think, and then Kansas is the week after. No, you're right, Patrick. You're 100% right. Grant, I think you're mostly doing kind of dry land dog proofs and such. Am I right? I could be wrong on that, but um, yeah, I would prefer if the dad and me would tell you to check them after school. You've got a couple hours of daylight. Okay, Ty, I was off then. I was off. Ooh, Blakely's, that's not fun. I gotta let that dog in. She's gonna wake my wife up. Beavers on private. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Tony, if he's gonna be on, I don't know if he's gonna be on private for the coyotes though. So if you're in the road ditches for them, coyote trapping in the road ditches in Iowa with snares, it's amazing once you really figure it out. Which I've still got a lot to learn with it, but uh, it's it's really rewarding. But it's a lot harder to find those trails, in my opinion, than the raccoon trails are just beat down to nothing. You know, raccoon trail, you've got grass, and all of a sudden it's like gap in the grass, and it continues. That coyote trail is just like a little. I mean, it literally might be 2 inches apart, where 2 foot tall grass is just a little something in there. It looks like the wind separated them or something. So yeah, she doesn't want left in here. All right, go upstairs and go to bed. Oh. Oh yeah, you can, Tony. I'm not saying you can't by any means, but uh, it's just it's gonna be a little tougher, I think. Oh, nice, Blakely. So you're no longer doing the late night stuff, running around. Because I knew you were working nights or whatever a lot of the time here recently. Grant, how far of a drive is it from your house to school? Ah, there you go, Blakely's. I get it. 12 miles? How many dog proof traps do you have, Grant? 25? I'll tell you what, buddy. If you set all 25 of those and you follow Mert and Mickey's instructions, I think you'll have your 15 the first day. If not for sure by Monday. I get it, Tony. Yeah, I get it. Do you ever worry about that steep incline and then running to the top and running to the bottom and popping out? No, Grant, if you got 25 DPs, I would for sure within 3 days, if you set them on the right side, you're going to have them. You should be running that 40% catch rate right off the bat, which, that'd put you at 10 coon roughly first day. If you're really getting picky and just set the best, because realistically, because I know the area that you live in, if you're over there by Mick and Mertens, but you know, if you're driving 12 miles, that's probably about 30 locations. So at least, might even be pushing 45 locations. Uh, I think you'll do just fine. You'll do just fine. You're gonna figure this out, Grant, and you're gonna give old Mertens and Mickey a run for their money. I like it. Stay on your side of Iowa. Grant, I'm sure you do, buddy. I mean, you rode with them. You know what to look for. If they're trapping any coon at all last year, you know the signs. Uh, if not, reach out to me, buddy. Send me an email, or I think I got you on Facebook now, don't I? 6 inch Shane. Okay, I got you, Tony. I got you. Grant, send me a message. I want to help you out any way I can, bud. I want to make sure you hit your goal, which I do not think is going to be a problem. Yeah, no, that's good respect, Grant. Especially, if they're helping you out and get you going, it's one of those things. As you grow, eventually, you'll probably overlap with them. Me and Next Gen right now, we are very, very close to having our lines in our lap. We might actually overlap this year. I hope not, but it's very possible. So it's one of those things. Everyone wants to grow and improve. Sometimes it happens, but uh, the only thing I'd recommend, Grant, this is what I tell people, that the few people that have seen my line or I've taken on part of my line to educate on what I'm doing, I will tell them, especially when they're in my hometown, when they're learning to trap. If you set on anything that I show you that I set on, I'll be upset. If you find something on your own that I'm set up on too, that's completely fair game. 100% fair game. Just don't set on anything that I've showed you. Earn it yourself. Figure out where those trails are. Earn it yourself. Yeah, Tony, I get it. I get it. Hard to believe we got 28 people in here. It is, Grant. That's the best way I've come up with dealing with people, I guess, if you will. Uh, there are very few people that have personally seen my line. Uh, the two people that you're learning from, they've rode with me both. Uh, it's so fun to bounce ideas and perspective off each other. Martin's rode with me 3 years ago. Mickey rode with me last year. They're really good guys. You'll get a. They can be a hoot too, as you know. Those two guys. It's like they kind of remind me of like a married couple. they, they have their spats and probably argue a lot, but they're great guys. Hunting stuff, I don't even remember. I don't even know if we've done that or not. Yeah, Grant, they are fun. They are really fun. Now you got me thinking hunting stuff. I don't know if we did. I know I've done a few, but I don't know if we ever did get that one done. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate it. Grant, Iowa Trapper. Message me Iowa Trapper on Facebook. It will have. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you. I mean, it should be pretty easy for you to notice, but yeah, just Iowa Trapper. I don't even remember when that happened, hunting and stuff. That's sad. I don't. Had to have been a little bit ago though, because I know we got close to one when I was getting skunks or something. Okay, Grant, I got it from you, bud. Hunting stuff, probably if I do this for sure. I'm really hoping that I can bribe my Skinner though. If I can get 1 week out of him, I might still try for my goal. But a lot of things have to develop between now and then. Like, and a crazy, crazy amount of stuff has to develop. And I'm not sure how feasible it would be. Old Next Gen did his first ever beaver demo at a convention in Nebraska. That was fun. That was fun to watch. Don't feel bad hunting stuff. Neither have I. I take the back. I was for one. Tony in the ditches he's on. If he's using footholds, he should blind set them. Uh, it Yeah, our ditches they might different than yours, but I'm not saying it's impossible. But you're honestly better off to blind set or snare for our coyotes in the road ditches because it's tough for them to work a set or want to in 3 to 4 foot of grass. Don, it would be that would be amazing for me. Oh no, hunting stuff. I wasn't for that one. Ah, okay, Grant. Yeah, I knew those boys set the farm entrances. Um, it's very very iffy. This is my opinion because I know those boys will set the farm entrances. That's fine. You know, they're legal. They're perfectly fine. Uh, but for me, I want to go across the road and figure out where they're crossing. And if it's not a farm entrance, set a snare. That's my thoughts. Yeah, Don, it was good. He did awesome. I should have filmed mine. I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? No. People have seen my demos I've done a couple of them now. I just went the NTA and filmed it, and it's like I'm not gonna film another one, but I probably should have just to have it anyway. But is what it is. Cattle trails, yeah. If you're on private ground, especially if you're on private ground, Grant, uh, going after those beaver footholds for sure would be cat's meow. Uh, I think that'd be amazing. But just that being said, you got school, so figuring out your time to do all this, you got to be careful. Tell you what, bud, you made out like a bandit at the ITA or the ITA. Uh, I mean, I know RJ. He bought you what was it, three or half dozen MB 550s, and that's someone that you need to look into talking to. Also, he's in your neck of the woods. Uh, RJ is a phenomenal coyote trapper and beaver trapper. So, hey, yeah, you got some really good people in your corner of the state, buddy. That southeast corner, you got RJ, Mick, and Mert down there. You're gonna be all right. I'm looking forward to seeing you hit that 15. I think you'll blow past it. If you take 25 dog proofs and you target coon on your work or your school line, because I know you can't get off it. It's a very set path. But if you trap that for say 2 weeks with 25 traps, dude, I'll bet you're pushing 40 coon easily, easily. Yeah, yeah. Tony knows more about that than I do, Grant. He's from South Dakota. He's got a lot of terrain very similar to us, so he would know more about that than I would. Yeah, Grant. No, I get it. No, those guys are awesome people. They're good guys. Joshua Dobbs. No. So what that is to keep fur sorted as far as kind of cleanliness. So that is done. Welcome in, by the way. The front. Hold on, I got scratch paper here. So if you notice, my truck bed looks something like this. Up here is closest to the cab. This is where I keep my tools, my bait, and any 220 raccoons I get. 220, they're dead on arrival, no blood, no nothing. Normally dry, clean, nothing needs done to them. The bigger side here is all my dog proof coons that are still dry. They might have a skull dispatch, but they're not bloody, they're not miserable, they're not gross. This side here is anything that's wet or muddy that needs power washed. And the reason I do this, you take one of these coon and throw it onto one of these coon. Now you've got two raccoons that belong over here. So by dividing them, I'll save myself probably an hour or even more versus the cleaning the fur up and getting ready to process it. Hope that helps, Joshua. Yep, that's what I'm talking, Don. That's my opinion on it. Tony's trapped a lot of coyotes and knows what he's doing, but I think ours is slightly different than his. But at the same time, Tony's got good points. Use the fox glands and dirt holes and scent posts on private ground. You'd you'd hammer them. Grant. So I met Mert. I can't remember when it was. The Oskaloosa convention. probably 8 years ago, and then it was a couple years later at a convention. He was running around with Mickey. Uh, I can't remember how I met Mickey exactly. Might have been in our Snapchat group too. I'm not 100% sure, but uh, no, both of them came good friends of mine. Hunting and stuff. Actually, small little 6 cylinder this year. So that's cool, Tony. Yeah, Grant, they are. Um, they are. Like Mart is gonna tell you how it is. I like that about him. Uh, you know, he's gonna straight up tell you what he thinks, and that's pretty admirable. You don't see a lot of that anymore. Might he might butt heads with a lot of people, but he's a pretty good dude. Then Mickey's just awesome. I wish both of them lived closer. I actually rode with Mert on well, might be your guys' line over there 4 or 5 years ago. I rode with them trying to see if I could help them get more raccoons, and I realized they're sitting on everything I am. Just I have way more ground to do it on than they have. They've got a trail every mile. I've got four every mile. So right, Don. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, hunting stuff. Yeah. Right. No, Grant. There's a lot of good things. If you're wanting to try target canines in the road ditches, uh, you know, look for, like Don said, the crop difference, or if you have a fence that's coming to the road, check that out. Chances are there's going to be a trail right there on that fence. Uh, if you have corn and timber, chances are it's going to be a raccoon trail. But if you were to set a snare a little higher, you can pick up a few coyotes on that. Yeah, Tony, I'll bet between the two of you, we could really, really do some stuff. So 406, how we doing, bud? Hopefully you're having a good night. Man, it's already 11:40. It's crazy how fast this goes. Fence corners, yep, that's what I'm saying, Tony. If you're on the road ditches and you got a fence that runs along the road, you have that fence that comes up. There's gonna be a trail probably within about 10, 15 feet of there somewhere. Although I have found where it's woven so tight, they had to go about 45 to 50 feet away to be able to cross the road. Right, Patrick. The problem with us here, there's so many freaking raccoons that it'll plug stuff up like crazy. But that'll help towards his 15 raccoons that I think Grant's gonna blow past. He's gonna blow past. Oh yeah, Grant. Any so kind of what I talk about raccoon trapping, the low points, the high points, corn to timber, which that one probably doesn't mean as much. But especially you get on some open ground where there's no timber, and if you have a fence line coming to the road and maybe even a farm entrance on the other side, there's going to be a substantial trail there. Uh, it's going to be hard to see because coyote trails are not like raccoon trails. It's hard to believe that a raccoon trail is so much more easy to see versus a coyote, but it is. It is. Right, Tony. We don't have a whole lot of stock dams here, but Yeah, hay bales. Yeah, for sure. Catch a lot of skunks around them too, which that'll be good. Better do that after class though. I think you'll be all right, Grant. Have the boys ride with you on that line. They'll be able to help you out. I'm sure. I don't even know why I still have this one. This one's broke. I had to get a new SD card reader. It broke on me. Go figure, right? Yeah, I wouldn't tell them to do that though. That's yeah. That might be messing with some private property there here, at least down here. Uh, I'm sure Grant will do all right. He's got a couple good guys helping him, and they really know what they're doing. He's got 12 miles with 25 traps. Yeah, I think you'll have it for sure. Have your 15 coon in 2 days. Yeah, Tony. This might be my last year if I get a Skinner to really push myself to see what I can do. Uh, I'm starting to get a few more opportunities that I love Trap Iowa Coon, and that's gonna be where my heart always is. But I've got an opportunity to maybe head out to the Sand Hills in Nebraska on a couple ranches now. Uh, Maybe even Texas for a trip. And now that my main focus is going from hammer big numbers to educating, promoting trapping. Uh, Soon I'm going to be going into the director position for. I think they're going to call it the social media director for the ITA and starting the ITA channel. Now I'm also talking to other state associations about this YouTube channel and what they can do to get their own stuff going. Uh, it might be my last year to really just hammer coon as hard as I can. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So coyotes, buddy, coyotes, coyotes, coyotes. Grant, yeah, you can trap highway ditches, just not interstate. You have to stay off the interstate. That is federal ground. But I will tell you, if you trap the highway, be very careful. That's not somewhere that, in my opinion, you're 16 or probably 15 if you got your school permit. I would stay off the highways, in my opinion. I would feel better about it as your father to stay off it if it was me. But obviously, that's up to you and your parents. But tell your parents your plan. Let them know. Kind of stuff. I'd appreciate it, man. Hop on that ITA YouTube or Facebook page. I'm sorry, website. They actually have a website. And join and let them know we sent you. Patrick, I would love to. It's not out of the question either. Just waiting for a potential real invite. So, Zach Nuts, how we doing? I haven't been invited to go. It had been this month alligator hunting down in Louisiana. I really should have done that, but yeah, Tony, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I was told Sandhills is where it's at. It's hard to beat Sandhills for numbers and population and just overall success, but I don't know. All this is new to me. Yep, I do, Grant. I do. I appreciate hunting stuff. So does the whole ITA. Matter of fact, they're being very, very supportive. They're going to fund a few cameras for me to loan out to people to film for the ITA. I'm getting a new iPad Pro to do all the editing for this. It sounds like so. I'm pretty excited for it. It's pretty awesome. Man, it is hot in here. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. All right, Grant. Yeah, I shoot me a message, bud. We'll talk about that privately. Yeah, hunting stuff. It's only $10. Unless you want to become a life member, then it's 200. Man, I'm actually tired. That's good. Grant, don't you have school in the morning? Oh, Patrick, Mink, I'm planning on if we keep this water coming. Uh, so my initial goal, and it's a long shot yet between having a Skinner, whether I have that or not, whether I find the new ground. I would love to have 1,000 coon first week. That would be amazing. That would be the best goal I can think of. The second week, I want to go have fun with it. I want to float down a river system. Again, we have to have water. But if I could float down the river system, it's about 10 miles, give or take. Still working out details on that, depending on if we have water. Right now, we just got like 4 inches of rain in just a few days, and the creek went from 3 inches deep to five. So it's not looking good. But and then late season, I really do want to try after weasels. I do know for the ITA channel, I've got probably the biggest weasel guy that I know of in Iowa that's taken 3 digits worth. I'm really in his ear about filming for the ITA about weasels. So even if I don't make it, he's hopefully has it, and that'd be phenomenal. It'd be very educational. Yeah, hunting stuff. I do know that. I do know. If you do, man, that'd be awesome. And that's why I've encouraged, yeah, lifetime memberships. It's $200 to a lot of people. That's a lot of money. Uh, but the way I look at a lifetime membership, that number, as far as if we come to fight with somebody, that is one more member that is there regardless of any year. Yeah, the $10 membership you can join for a year, maybe forget next year and the year after, and then we're gonna fight that one year. You know, even whether you're alive or not, the lifetime memberships are there of how many we have against the people that hate what we do. So, but it's $200, which is cheap for a state association, but uh, still $200. You're probably right, Tony. You're probably right, buddy. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Joshua, mink in the water mostly, which I gotta have water. But weasels are in actual boxes with big rat traps. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing, really. Upset Bowl. Make sure you subscribe to the Iowa Trappers Association YouTube channel. They've got some. We got big plans for it. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, I think. We've got some top Iowa trappers that are doing some videos. We've got people from across the country planning on doing some videos. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, sag nuts, right, right. Upset bowl, if you do, you know, let them know that you joined because of YouTube. I would appreciate it. Uh, because that's going to verify to the association when they threw us in charge of this that what we're doing is helping. So, uh, we're I would appreciate it. I really would. The videos that are coming that we got planned, we've got a lot of basic stuff at first. Uh, we've got hopefully it sounds like one of our best that's going to do an actual. We had next gen. He did his what we do Formula One cold dipping, but we got one of the best in Iowa that's going to do a real dipping and waxing old school style. That is still probably the best method overall. Just takes more time. Uh, we're going to do that. We're going to go over some more staking and anchoring methods. But then pretty soon, once we get into season, we're going to have a lot more stuff. I got a young man that's doing some serious muscat trapping. I got two guys that are going to take their whole set of grandkids out trapping and have fun. Got some good coyote footage that's hopefully going to be coming. Big variety of stuff. And as this evolves, we're going to get into fur handling. We're going to get into trapping things outside of Iowa. Hopefully, like marten, fisher, bear. We're going to do some table to cook. All these different things of that we can get into. We caught a beaver here. We're going to dress it. We're going to cook it up. Recipes. The sky's the limit for this. I'm excited. Grant, you better get to bed, buddy. I don't want you to do that. Joshua, I don't really know. I catch plenty of them in just my DPs. Uh, it's hard to say with that, buddy. I wish I could help you with it. Uh, I do think skunks are more apt to set on more fruit based or sweetness, whether it's like a cherry oil or banana. I've heard No Name Trapper actually told me that a couple years ago that he has real good luck with like a banana type stuff. So there's several things out there. I couldn't tell you for sure. Okay, upset. Okay, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. This ITA channel. It's gonna be a crazy amount of work for me in next gen. Especially when it sounds like now we're gonna have guys that are gonna send us 7 or 8 hours worth of footage, and we gotta edit it and plan videos with it. It's gonna be great, but man, it's gonna take some serious time. Grant, right? So uh, I'm excited for it. Just talked to the president here right before I started this live, the ITA president, about a few things. So, Scab, how we doing, buddy? But I'm excited for it. I'm. It's my channel's doing awesome, and I'm so happy to have all these people. But you guys know my main thing's raccoon. I might hopefully gonna catch a mink this year, and if I catch a handful of coyotes, fox, whatever. But my strength is coon, and that's why I target. But this ITA channel, it's gonna have people that go into all their strengths of coyote, of weasel, muskrats. It's gonna people with their strengths are gonna be aired, plus people having fun, and it's just a win-win. It's gonna be amazing. Yep, Grant, that works well too. I get upset, bull. I get it. Yeah, it's a game changer, isn't it? Um, I didn't have YouTube when I started growing up. I had VHS tapes. I'm not old. Shortly, very soon, we had DVDs. Uh, but that's how I started. I had no mentor, so apparently I don't, Tony. I'll tell you what, I need water because right now, even with the rain we got, I would say my crick systems that have water, like when I say water, I mean something that's more than 3 inches deep. Out of 110 miles, I probably have 8 spots that have water that are past my ankle deep right now. Right, upset bowl for sure, for sure. Absolutely, Grant. Message me tomorrow after school. I'll help you any way I can, buddy. And stuff. Right, right. No, I get that. I get that. But we'll probably bail off here, guys. It's been an hour. Wednesday, we're gonna have next gen over here. We'll do a live in here. I think it's his channel's turn, so we'll hop on next gen's channel. But uh, I'm excited, especially if I get my Skinner for a week. It's gonna be fun. I was gonna ask you about that scab. It just sounds like it's a terrible thing. I know the Dropbox, it wasn't big enough to hold the videos we wanted. I do know that about Dropbox. Yeah, absolutely, Joshua. My email, iowatrapper2 at gmail, or if you want to on Facebook, Iowa Trapper, you'll find me. Message me and I can hook you up. Tony would know more about a lot of that stuff than I would. Hunting stuff? No, no whiskey for me. Oh yeah, Patrick. One of the guys that's filming, I wouldn't even say they're older gentlemen. Guys that are in their mid 50s to early 60s. I know two of them are getting together and they're taking their whole posse of grandkids. I'm not sure how many that is, whether that's two or six, I don't know. But they're going to film for a week trapping raccoons with their grandkids. Uh, Lydia from Ohio, a young lady out there, she talks about filming some coyote stuff for us. So it's going to be a mixed bag. It's not the male dominated sport that everyone thinks it used to be. Uh, we're going to hopefully have a lot of kids as first time catches on this is kind of the plan too. That's not going to be more the educational thing, but it's going to be more of the preserve our heritage, let's have fun and just see the reaction of a kid. So I'm hoping for a lot of that too. It's There's no tunnel vision of this is what it has to be in this channel. It is wide open for whatever we can come up with. Okay, Scab, message me. I don't know much about that, but yeah, message me, man. Oh yeah, upset bull. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. As long as you become an ITA member, this is great. We'd love to have you, especially your 6-year-old stepdaughter. That'd be cool. That would be awesome. I'd love for you to film that first catch, not just for the ITA channel, but for your own records down the road to see your stepdaughter catch her first thing and see her eyes light up. And that would just be amazing for you and your family. I promise you that. Man, that's cool. I want to leave. I need to leave, but man, that was just so cool. I love that upset bowl. That'd be awesome. Oh, cool, upset. Congratulations. Your first son's due in December. That's awesome. Thanks, Gab. I appreciate your work on this. Like I said, we've dug into it a little bit, but it's above my technology area. Uh, I don't know. I know computers enough to do YouTube videos and edit them, but trying to figure out how to get videos from different people with different apps and stuff, it's above me. So, Kenneth, no, thank you. It's fun. Um, Big plans for that ITA association. I would share it in the chat, but actually, I might be able to on my phone. For anybody that's not an ITA member, I would suggest you do. Wow, we broke 300 subscribers on that already. That's amazing. That's just amazing. Of course, now I can't. Now it's not going to let me. Scab, yes, that is the Facebook or the web page for it. But we also have the Iowa Trapper Association channel, which I was going to share too. Which I can't do. Not going to let me. Wait, wait. I'm working on this. I'm figuring this out. Ah, Scab beat me to it. Not even worth my time. So good. You're so good. Uh, but yeah, you guys go over there and sub to that. We're gonna have a lot of fun things on there. I'm excited for it. Any ITA members willing to submit footage for it, it's just amazing. It's just gonna be awesome. So I appreciate y'all's support and cross your fingers I can recruit my Skinner for one more year, guys. Having him here for one more year is gonna be. I'm getting to that age now. My motivation is changing. It used to be numbers, 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 and I still want numbers, but now I'm focusing more on education and promoting trapping, the ITA channel. I feel myself being pulled away from the go crazy with numbers. Let's catch less, but of more species, uh, as well as really promote what we're doing here. Because big picture, guys, if we don't start changing, we're gonna die. There's not going to be any of us left to carry the heritage on because we're dying faster than we can promote trapping. So I'm really seeing my focus changing to promoting and educating people. So we'll see. This might be my last year of breaking four figures, which I don't want to say that yet. That just sounds sad, but who knows? I'm not next gen, in the prime of my life and able to do this as easily. So, but anyway, we're gonna head towards bed, guys. Y'all take care. I appreciate you stopping in. It's been a lot of fun. Uh, I love talking trapping. That's my thing. I love talking to all you guys. Who are you telling? Yeah, right. All right, Scab. So, Joshua, if you're on Facebook, Iowa Trapper 2 or Iowa Trapper 2 at Gmail, Iowa Trapper on Facebook. Uh, Seriously, I want to help you out any way I can, man. If I can't, Tony definitely can. So, yeah, Sack Nuts, ain't that true? Good song. Good song. So y'all take care, and we'll see you Wednesday. Start a lot earlier on Wednesday. Probably be 5:30 or 6 with Next Gen in here, and you know, well, we got about a couple more weeks of doing a collab with him because it's gonna be game time once Priest taking hits. We're gonna be hitting the trails hard. So appreciate that again, Scab. Really do. Yeah. Oh, Sack Nuts. That's I hear it all the time. I love that song. But anyway, it's been fun, guys. You take care and find your drive. Season's gonna be here before we know it.